So I'll be teaching you guys on how to cut and sew this beautiful kimono dress and a short pant with elastic at the back and a band at the front with 2 side pockets. Stay tuned guys. Welcome to my channel. So on this channel we do DIY tutorial video, and this is the fabric we'll be using. We'll be using a 3 yards fabric. So we'll be cutting the kimono jacket. The first thing I went ahead to do, I had to fold my fabric into 4, and by folding it I'll be making use of the wrong side, like the back side of the fabric. So I'll fold into 4, and this was how I was folding it. First of all, it's going to go into 2, then I'll finally fold into 4. I'll show you guys the details and how I folded it. So at that particular place, that is where I'm going to start my measurement from. So I'll come down by 1.5, and for the side I'll go in by 3 inches. So that particular place, that is where you should start your measurement from after folding your fabric into 4. So I'll just give a curve rule. Remember, I came down by 1.5, then the width is 3 inches. I gave a curve rule, that's my neck for both front and back. So I'll measure my bust point, which is 10, after which I'll draw out a straight line at that particular point. So the next thing I went ahead to do was to take my client's bust measurement, which is bust 37 divided by 4. I gave a mark there. Then I added extra 3 inches. Remember, it's a kimono dress, you need allowances, so I added 3 inches after the bust measurement. So I want to measure the length of the armhole, and I came down by 8. I gave a mark there. So from that particular place I will connect to where my allowance ended. The length I gave is your armhole, like your hand armhole. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So that's what I just did there. So I came down by 8 and I connected to where my allowance ended. So I'll take the measurements, both the bust measurement and the allowance, and I'll give a mark from the beginning down to the end. And the full length of this kimono is 30. So I quickly measured the full length and gave a mark there, after which I just connected the points together. So just stay tuned and watch what I actually did. It's a very simple dress and easy to make, friendly for beginners. You can easily get through this particular style. So after connecting the line, I'll go ahead to cut out the neck of the dress. So this is what I'm doing. I actually cut out the neck. Remember, it's the front and the back I'm cutting together. So after cutting out the neck, I went ahead to cut out my white lines, and just stay close and watch how I'm going to cut it out. It's a very easy tutorial on how to make a kimono dress. So I'll go ahead and cut it according to the white lines. Just follow the white lines that I did, do according to what you see me do, and it's come out very well. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you. So after cutting it out, this is how it's looking like. It actually came out very well. I love the length, I love how it came out, and this is it. So remember, this is the front and the back that I cut together. So the next thing I'll be doing, I'll try and pick out one particular fabric from the 2-piece as my front, because my front is going to have a tearing. So after picking it out, this is how it came out, and I'm going to use my ruler to have a v-neck, like a v-neck from the shoulder. That's what I'm doing. Just pay close attention. From the shoulder, it really doesn't have a particular measurement. Just create a v-neck from the shoulder down to the end of the ruler. So I just created a v-neck and I made use of my shock. Just follow this procedure. There is no particular measurement for it. So after doing this, I'll go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting it out, I'll also open the other side. I'll also trim it out, but later on. So I opened it and try and arrange it in the normal way as a kimono dress. I literally made this tutorial video a very easy and well detailed tutorial so you understand what I'm doing and how I did it. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and watch to the end. So after arranging it, this is how it's looking like. And remember, I said I was going to trim from the edge of the v-neck, that's the remaining part. I actually did that here. After arranging it, I went ahead to trim it so it will be uniform, because I will be using a band to cover it. I don't want the V to be pronounced that much, so I'll just go ahead and trim it out. You can use 1 inch to trim out or half an inch to trim out, as long as when you get to that V point it's very straight, it laps very well, then you are good to go. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. So the next thing I'll be doing is to fold the edge of the kimono dress, and I don't need to fold a double folding here because I'm having the original edge of the fabric, so I'll just fold this way, and I'm going to do that for the both hand. Yeah, I've done it already and I've gone ahead to iron it, and this is how it came out. I'm still trying to arrange it because I'll definitely arrange for you to understand so it doesn't look confusing to you guys. So after doing that, the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to join the side of the dress, and I'm going to join the side by 1 inch. This is what I'm doing. I'll join the side by 1 inch, the both side. I'll just quickly go ahead to my sewing machine to achieve that. So guys, this was how it was looking like. Trust me, I went ahead to iron it because I love ironing to make it look good. So I've ironed it and it actually came out so well and it's becoming so fine. So the next thing I went ahead to do, I have to cut out my band. So I've done that already, and it's a width 4. The length of it you have to measure from the beginning of the jacket, which I'm doing. Watch me closely. I'll measure it around the jacket, down to the shoulder, back to the other side of the jacket, and I'm going to take it down. It actually covered a tape which is 60 and I think 22 or so. So after measuring 60, I started again and I measured to the end, and the last one was I think 23 or so. So I have a full tape which is 60 plus 23, and for the length of my band it's really long, but the width is 4 folded into 2 gave me 2. So I'm going to place it that way and go round the jacket. So I've gone ahead to do that, and this is how it came out. It actually came out well and fine because I've ironed it also. So this is it, and for that done, I'm going to add a fringe to it for a finished look, but I'll do that later, and also pockets to it. So I'll set it aside and cut out the short pant. The reason why I'm showing the tutorial of the short pant is because it has just an elastic at the back and a band at the front, then 2 side pockets. I actually have a tutorial on how to sew a short pant on my channel, just because this one is kind of stylish. So I went ahead to take my measurement, which is 19, is a short pant, 19 inches, and I'll give a mark there. After that, I'll also go ahead and know my hip measurement, if the width I gave is okay, and I'm sure it's very okay. I'll just go ahead and cut them out. I drew a straight line there. After drawing out the straight line, I'll go ahead and cut it out. I know the width is okay to take the hip of the client. I hope you understand what I'm trying to do here. So after cutting it out, the measurements start proper. That's my waistline, which is my start line. I'll be having a 2 inches band, which is included with the length to make it 19, and I measured from waist to hip, which is 8. After taking that measurement, I'm going to draw out a straight line at a particular place from waist to hip, which is 8. After drawing a straight line, the hip measurement is 43 divided by 4. I will give a mark there. After giving a mark there, at this particular front, I'm cutting the front of the short. I'm not going to add stitching allowance to this particular place, so I'll just give a mark there and I'll get my crunch line. Never mind that 2 inches, I'm not going to make use of it. So for the waist, I'm using the hip measurement, which is 11.5. I did not add any stitching allowance. The front is going to have a band, but the back is going to have an elastic, so I'll just connect the lines together. I used the hip for the waist and the main hip. Then the next line is my crunch line. My crunch line is 11, but I'm going to teach you a simple method on how to get it. That particular hip measurement, divide it by 3 and get your crunch line. You measure from that place down. When I divide it, it gave me 3 inches, which is same thing as 11, so I just mark the 3 inches there. So it's the same thing. From my waist to my crotch is 11. I'll go ahead and draw a straight line. I hope you understand how to get your crunch line. Just sit down and measure from your waist to your bum bum, like how you're sitting down. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. So I'll just connect from the hip down to the crotch line with a curve. For my thigh, which is 25 divided by 2, and that's 12.5. The thigh measurement is divided by 2, and I'll just connect the line down. For the down of the short, I used my hip measurement, same hip measurement. I did not add any allowances, so I'll just give a mark there and I'll connect from the crunch line down to the end of the length. This is probably all you need to know and do for your short pants. This is the front. We'll make use of this to cut out the back, but first of all I'm going to cut it out, so I will make use of it to cut out the back. The back is going to have an elastic, the front is going to have a band, so please take note on what I'm doing. So I've gone ahead to place the front on the back, and I'm going to, for the crunch part, that particular side, I came in by 3 inches. Sorry, the thing is not showing very well. I came in by 3 inches, then I mark it. Then the rest side, I'll be coming in by 2 inches to the down. For that particular curve side, I came in by 3 inches. Then this other side, I'm coming in by 2 inches, and that is how I'll connect it round to the down of the short. So after connecting it, I'll draw out a line and connect it all together. So the next thing I'll be doing, from the waist of the back, I'll be coming up by 1 inch, then I'll slant down to the waist at the front. That's what I'm going to do. So you can come up by 2 inches or 1.5, depends on how you want the top of the waist of the back to be, so that my shorts will not fall to the back. I want it to be very okay. So that's why I came up by 1 inch, and I went ahead to cut out the fabric, like the remaining ones, out, and make sure I slant the back open. So that's what I'm doing here. After slanting it open, you see the outcome of the short, and I'm going to give a pocket for this short, so stay tuned guys. But for the front, I came up by ½ inch. I cut it out also so that it will lap very well. I came in by ½ inch, so I've cut that out. So the next thing I'm going to do is to set aside the back and work with the front. So I want to cut out my pocket. For the width, I came in by 4 inches, and I'll give a mark there. Then for the length, I came down by 6.5 inches, and I'll also give a mark there. Then I'll use my ruler to connect a V like this. This is what I did. Connect it, and I'm going to cut it out. That is for the pocket. After cutting it out, I have a fabric of 8 inches width, then 10 inches length. That is what I'm measuring now, so I'm going to use it as my pocket. So I've gotten back my waist back, so this is how I'm going to arrange it. But first of all, I want to cut out a lining, so I can use in lining that is to cover the pocket, so it will look very okay. So I just fold my lining into 2 and place the pockets there and use it to cut it. Just pay close attention. You can use the same fabric to do it, but I'm not having enough fabric, so that's why I'm using a lining. So I'll just use the lining to cover the edge. You understand what I'm saying as time goes on. So I'll just put it under it and trace it out. Just take a look at what I'm doing. In the same vein, I'm trying to measure the 8 inches width and the 10 inches length to suit my measurement of the pocket. So that's what I'm trying to do. Please pay close attention to what I'm doing so you don't get confused. It's very easy while fixing a pocket in a fabric. So you can see I already cut it out, and I'll show you the outcome. And I'll be using the lining to turn the pocket side inside. I don't know if you understand. This is what I'll do. I'll sew it down and I'll turn it. The same thing for the other one. I'll sew it down and I'll turn it. That has been my explanation. Hope you understand. After turning it, I went ahead to double stitch it so it will be relaxed very well, and it came out so fine. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to put in my pocket. But I'll also go ahead and join the middle of the shorts. But first of all, I will have to fix in my pocket. So I'll go ahead and fix in the pocket, and that's what I'm doing now. Just pay close attention. I'll pin it down first of all before I take it to the sewing machine to complete the stitches. I'll go ahead and pin it down. Then I'll do the same thing for the other side. I'll also go ahead and pin it down. Please guys, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like our videos, share and watch to the end. And yes, there is a notification bell icon that you can click on so you get notified whenever I post our new videos. So guys, I've gone ahead to do the both side and I'm pinning it, and I'll show you the outcome because I'm going to go to my sewing machine to stitch it down. So this is what it is looking like. Meanwhile, I already have a 2 inches band folded into 2 with gum stay on it. I'll set that aside while I go to my sewing machine to stitch the pocket, and this is how it's going to look like. I've not stitched it yet. I'll just turn it and show you people. I'll stitch just these two this way, and that's how I'm going to do for the both side, the way I'm showing you right now. The two from beginning to end to the other side and to the up. So that's literally what I'm going to do. I'll do it for the both side. So guys, I've gone ahead to do it, and I'll sew from the middle and also join the band to it. It's very easy. So after sewing the middle, I'll go ahead and join the band, and that is all for the front. I've gone ahead to sew the pocket side. If I should put my hand through, there will be something blocking it now. So this is the back of my short. I already put in my band, and I'm going to fix in my elastic. Remember I said the back will be carrying elastic. So after fixing my elastic, I'm going to join the front and the back together. I'll sew the side down, and I'll also sew the middle. That's this particular place. I'll sew it down, then I'll fold the end of the short. And guys, this is how it came out. It came out so well and fine. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, drop a comment, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Thank you very much for staying with us, and this is the outcome of the kimono top and the shorts. Thank you guys, we really do appreciate. See you in our next video. Bye.